Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by hills and forests, lived an old lady. She had a small hut, a warm shawl, and a heart full of gratitude. Though she didn't have much, she was always smiling and thankful for whatever little she had. One cold winter morning, she decided to collect some firewood to keep herself warm. As she wandered into the forest, she spotted something unusual near a tree, an old clay pot, half buried under leaves. Curious, she brushed off the dust and looked inside. Her eyes sparkled with surprise. The pot was full of gold coins. "Oh my!" she whispered with joy. "With this I can buy warm blankets, a soft bed, and maybe even some sweet tea." But the pot was too heavy for her to carry. Just then, she noticed a small wooden cart nearby. She placed the pot in the cart, tied a rope around it, and started pulling it home. After walking a while, she grew tired and sat down to rest. She peeked into the pot again. This time the gold coins had vanished instead. The pot was full of shiny silver coins. She laughed softly. "How lovely! With this silver I can buy a chair to sit on and enjoy my tea in peace." She pulled the cart again, slowly making her way home. After another stretch, she rested once more. When she looked inside the pot this time, there were no coins at all, just a big, smooth stone. Instead of being sad, she smiled and said, "This stone can hold my door open on windy days. That's useful too." When she reached home, she placed the stone by her fireplace. To her astonishment, the stone began to grow and change shape, slowly turning into a beautiful stone bench. Eyes wide with wonder, she whispered, "I don't need to buy a chair now. I can sit on this and sip my tea." That evening, two more pots appeared near the bench, one filled with gold, the other with silver. But the old lady didn't keep the treasure for herself. Quietly, under the moonlight, she placed a few coins at the doorstep of every neighbor in the village. The next morning, when the villagers found the coins, they were overjoyed. No one knew where the treasure came from, but they all felt a little warmer, a little happier. And from that day on, the old lady's home became known as the House of Kindness. She lived peacefully, sitting on her magical stone bench, sipping tea, and watching smiles bloom around her. For she had discovered the greatest treasure of all, a generous heart and a life filled with joy.